and welcome to, at long last, my ranking of all 9 Planet of the Apes movies. Sorry, I can't resist doing that. I'm going to be doing this ranking in 2 parts because there are 9 films, and to talk about all of them in one video is quite a lot, and it's quite straining for me. So yeah, I'm going to be ranking all 9 films of the franchise. So the original Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and War for the Planet of the Apes. So, I have reviewed all 9 movies. They're on my channel if you want to check them out. I've reviewed the first 5 on this channel. Rise and Dawn I've reviewed on my Ollie Pajak channel, and War I've reviewed on this channel as well. They are all in the same playlist, so they should be easy to navigate through. This is a personal list, so I'm not saying this is the order you should rank them in. This is just my expression of my opinion. If you disagree, that's fine, just be polite about it. Any comments that are not polite will be removed. So, now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on. So, number 9. Is it a really surprise? My pick for the worst of the series is Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. What? This movie sucks! Seriously! Don't see this movie! Ever! Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Talk about being on fucking drugs. I mean, this film is a disgrace to the series. The story is terrible. The acting is terrible. The apes are like fucking monkeys at a rave, like... Like they're just jumping around, fucking flipping around. There's no fucking structure. Tim Burton's appalling direction. The music can't even save it. I mean, yeah, the apes, the makeup looks good, but then Tim Roth's character was the worst. His beard, he doesn't look right, and his performance, like, oh father, I will do this for you. Oh God's sake, it's such a mess, such a mess. And the ending with Abraham Lincoln. This is one of the worst movies ever made. Talk about a fucking reimagining. I mean, even the Charlton Heston cameo can't save this. I mean, and I'm just sad that he was actually in this movie. My God, Mark Wahlberg, not his finest hour. I like Mark Wahlberg as an actor. In here, he was terrible. Helena Bonham Carter fucking whispers all the time. You can't fucking understand a word she's saying. And the fucking sex scene. What the fuck is going on? The pacing is terrible. It's 2 hours, but it feels like a 3-hour epic. When the action is there, there's barely any of it. And, you know, and the final fight isn't very good. And nothing makes sense in this movie. It's completely over the top, overacted. It's so nonsensical. Nothing makes any sense in this movie. So for that reason, it's the worst. I mean, you thought Battle for the Planet of the Apes was bad. You ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, this is just terrible. I have all the Planet of the Apes movies other than this one. I do not consider this one in the series. I just don't. And I did have it briefly to review it, but then I got rid of it because I thought, fuck it, I don't want to own this piece of shit. You know, it's a piece of shit movie that should never have been made. F to the U to the C to the K. Fuck you! Tim Burton should be ashamed of himself. Okay, I'm not going to rant on anymore. If you want to hear my full rant, go and watch the review. Number 8 is the 5th and final movie of the original saga, Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Oh, I don't know. I mean, what can I say about Battle for the Planet of the Apes? It's crap. It sucks. While it's not as mind-bogglingly disgraceful as Tim Burton's movie, it doesn't have the element of mind-fuckery that one does. It's a major fucking disappointment. I mean, the fact that this movie's called Battle for the Planet of the Apes and there's barely any battle in it, It worked a lot better for War for the Planet of the Apes, and we'll get to that later. But, I mean, the final fight goes on for about 2 minutes, and with the school bus, the battle itself is terrible, and everything building up to that was terrible. It was boring. This movie just is boring. And, you know, the fucking reason that sparks the war, you know, I mean, when Aldo, the ape, cuts down the tree and, well, injures Caesar's son, who then dies, it's like, what the fuck? What the freaking fuck? It completely fucks the continuity over the first 4 movies. It doesn't tie together very well. The story doesn't hang together well at all. Virgil's a pointless character. Why was McDonald in the movie? He didn't do fuck all. And, I mean, yeah, the prosthetics are good, but you've seen it all before. And Roddy McDowall gives a great performance, but he can't save the movie. It's poor structural storytelling. I mean, there's some nice callbacks to the first 4 movies, but it doesn't say very much. I mean, J. Lee Thompson returns to direct, and he shouldn't have directed it. He should not have directed it. I mean, after the way Conquest turned out, I'm surprised he did do this one. I mean, I guess the music is quite good at best. But other than Roddy McDowall's performance and the look of the movie, I can't really give this movie any praise whatsoever. It's a mess. It's a mess. But it is better than the Tim Burton one. I'll give it that. Okay, so number 7 is actually Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. I don't hate Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, but I don't really like it either. It's just okay. It's just okay. The problem with Conquest is that, again, it's boring. The first hour of this movie, the first, like, 2/3 of this movie, are fucking boring. All, you know, we're just seeing Caesar being taken into the prison, you know. I mean, there's some nice tension with Ricardo Montalban's character, Armando, being questioned. That's nice. They're developing this stupid romance between Caesar and one of the apes. We're just seeing the apes get tortured. McDonald's a pointless character. You don't care about anything that's going on. I mean, the last 20 minutes is admittedly kind of alright. I mean, the action climax is good, and Roddy McDowall's speech at the end is powerful. They've always tried to have powerful endings, which is good. I mean, it didn't work for the Tim Burton one with Abraham Lincoln, and then Battle for the Planet of the Apes and it all came together, well, sort of, with that bit with the statue. It just didn't work. I mean, the ending at least works well here, and it does set up Battle for the Planet of the Apes very well. But it's everything before that is the problem. And I can't recommend this one. I just think it's weak. Said it gets more dramatic as it goes on towards the end. Roddy McDowall gives a great performance, but this movie, again, it's another disappointment. So, number 6, which actually is going to be the concluding part of this ranking, is going to be the second film, Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Beneath the Planet of the Apes is actually pretty decent. I like it. I mean, yeah, sure, it's not the first one by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, and, you know, the first one was so groundbreaking for what it did. Beneath the Planet of the Apes, whilst it's good, it's a very strange sequel. It's just very weird. Or at least the third act of it is weird. When the end of the second act, towards the third act, when they go underground into the Forbidden Zone, you have those people worshipping the atom bomb. Nice idea, but it's very weird. Like that with the mind control and everything, how they're controlling Brent, and when they force Brent to kiss Nova, that's a bit strange. I like that Nova's in this movie. She's great. I think Linda Hamilton's so. Not Linda Hamilton. Linda Harrison. Sorry, Linda Harrison. Linda Harrison's very attractive as Nova. I just think that the problem with Beneath the Planet of the Apes is that they changed the focus. I just think Brent is a completely useless character. He's pointless. Why did we need Brent? Why did Taylor have to be captured? We should have stuck with Charlton Heston for this movie. still keep the original ending of him blowing up the Earth, basically destroying the Earth. But Brent was totally unnecessary. I mean, the only thing we got out of it was a good fight scene. That's why Charlton Heston, I feel, should have been in the main forefront of this movie. He is in the movie towards the end, very briefly. But I just think he's a much more engaging screen presence, and Brent is useless. And when you die, when he dies, you just don't care. You're like, oh, okay, shit. I think the music's good. I like Roddy McDowall and Kim Hunter as Cornelius and Zero. They're good. There's a couple of elements of retreading the first movie, but I think it's a good, decent sequel. It's fun. There's some good action. It's a bit more. It doesn't focus on the strong political commentary as much until the end, when they deal with the atom bomb and the fact of this whole apocalyptic feel, which I like. But it's very weird. It's just a weird sequel. Nova's death is very sad, actually. How she actually speaks in this one. She starts to speak, and she says, "Taylor!" Like, out of struggle, she really starts to speak. And actually, Worf, the Planet of the Apes, explains about the speech issues very well, but we'll get to that later. I just think, dramatically, it's not as strong. I mean, the ending is intense. Obviously, it's like to be basically. This could have been the end. This could have been the end of the story. Like, the fact that the Earth is basically blown up by the end. Like I said, it looks great. The prosthetics are awesome. Dr. Zaius returns. Dr. Zaius. Sorry, thinking of The Simpsons. Planet of the Apes musical. But it's not really. It's nothing special to me. I guess the last act of it is sort of the best bit. But again, it's a weird sequel, and nothing really stands out to me. And I think it was misguided in the sense that Brent was the main protagonist. We could have just stuck with Taylor, but oh well. So, that's that, guys. That's end of part 1 of this ranking. Let's recap the list for the moment, shall we? Number 9 is the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes. Number 8 is Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Number 7, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Number 6, Beneath the Planet of the Apes. So, stay tuned for part 2 when we go over numbers 5 through 1. And until then, thank you guys all for watching. And as always, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. See ya.